How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack, couple miles like the...
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSG, that soccer guy. Welcome back to a Premier League match review for Chelsea 1, Burnley 1. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my player ratings and my man of the match. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. Starting out, I just want to say I finally got my webcam working. I don't know what was going on with my webcam, but fortunately I'm able to get it working for this video. So we will be having the webcam back for the videos in the near future. And I'm super happy to get this fixed for you guys. But without wasting any more time, let's get into these player ratings. The game was very interesting. I think a little disappointing, the result at the end of the day. The team, we were far better than them the entire game. And then, of course, the one shot that they get on target was a goal. Unfortunate for the team to go into international break dropping points like this. It was a game we shouldn't have dropped points. We just didn't take advantage of the chances we had, and unfortunately we paid the price with that, and we walk away with a 1-1 draw. At the end of the day, it's better than a loss. At the end of the game, they could have, if Vidra would have just shot it on target, it could have went in and we could have lost that game. So I'm very happy we didn't lose the game. Overall, a dominant performance for us, but the scoreline definitely doesn't make it look that way. I was trying to debate whether or not I was going to be a little harsher on the ratings because of the draw, but at the end of the day, the players are still going to get the ratings that I believe they should get based on the fact that we did dominate the game, and even though it was a draw, they're going to get the ratings they deserve. So starting off with the goalkeeper, of course, we have Edouard Mendy. Edouard Mendy had a really good game. Didn't have much to do the entire game at all. And like I said, unfortunately, the one goal that he did have to deal with, there was nothing he could have done. He wasn't going to be able to get there on time. It's one of those situations where the defenders were caught standing still, and Burnley just managed to take advantage of that. So with that being said, solid game for Mendy overall. I'm going to give Mendy a 7 out of 10 rating. Now, into the defenders, the back three was actually really strong. I almost got the lineup completely perfect besides Ross Barkley being in the team. Everybody else I got right. I put Ziyech in over Barkley. I didn't realize Barkley was going to get the start, but Barkley had an amazing performance, but we'll get into him in a minute. The back three, overall, all three of them are getting 7 out of 10 ratings from me. They all played really well. It was a game where, like I said, we dominated. Unfortunately, the goal was scored against us, but overall, performance was very well from the back line. Didn't have much to do, didn't have many problems, and we were able to get forward on that attack a lot. I think we had like something like 74% of possession or something in the first half, and completely dominated the first half. They didn't even have a chance to do anything. And then the second half we dominated as well. Overall, great performance from the defense. All three of the defenders are getting a 7 out of 10. Now into the midfield, of course, we got to start with the man, Reece James. He's getting an 8 out of 10 from me. Again, comes into the game, one of our best players. Does so well with the beautiful assist for Kai. He sent a couple in there that should have been goals in the first half. And overall, I don't think he took a shot today. I would have liked to see him take a shot on, because the way he's been shooting lately, he'll put him in the back of the net. But overall, dominant performance from that wing. Him and Callum Hudson-Odoi were playing very well on that right wing together, and the right wing was a problem for them the entire game. As far as Jorginho and N'Golo Kanté, I'm giving both of them 7 out of 10 ratings. They made it very simple in this game, dominated the midfield, dominated for a majority of the match, didn't have any problems whatsoever dealing with the players from Burnley, and honestly had a very easy day overall. So 7 out of 10 ratings for the both of them. And Ben Chilwell also will be getting a 7 out of 10 rating. I would have liked to see Ben Chilwell get forward a little bit more. He was having a lot of points in the game where he was getting forward and doing very well. But I'd like to see him sending some crosses in. I know his crosses aren't as good as Reece James' crosses, and I don't think anybody else in the team can cross quite as good as Reece James, but I'd like to see him get up there and put some crosses into the box. Try to float into the middle like Reece James was doing very well in this game. I'd like to see Ben Chilwell doing that as well. Our wingbacks are both very good. They're very fast, very technical players, and shouldn't have any difficulties getting back if needed, which with the defense we have, they're rarely ever needed in the back. They're basically there for that extra protection. But overall, good performance from Ben Chilwell, 7 out of 10. Now, starting off this front three, I want to start off with the goal scorer, the man. 8 out of 10 for me. He had a great game. This is probably one of Havertz's best games. He did so well, and I honestly thought that he might come off whenever he flew over the barricade at that one point in the game. Luckily, he was able to get up and he was fine, but laying on the other side when you couldn't see him on that angle, it looked like he was really hurt, and the fans were even like, hey, what's going on? I was super worried for him, but I'm glad he came back, and like, it wasn't even 2 minutes later after that happened, I think, is when he got his goal. Definitely deserving of a goal, will surely be a confidence boost. You could tell he was trying to go for even more during the game. Overall, great performance for Kai Havertz, 8 out of 10 for me. Now getting into these other two, Callum Hudson-Odoi is getting a 7 out of 10. Callum Hudson-Odoi was doing so well this game. I can't give him a 7 out of 10 because he didn't get a goal or assist like Reece James or Kai Havertz, but overall what he was doing was very well. That first half, the right wing and right wing back partnership between Callum Hudson-Odoi and Reece James was perfect. They were causing so many problems for the defense, getting the balls in, and honestly, man of the match, realistically, if we're talking, will probably be Nick Pope. Nick Pope saved that team. If any other goalkeeper would have been in that goal, we would have had at least 3 or 4 goals just in the first half. He was so good for them, and overall, he's the reason that we didn't get that win. But we were doing pretty much everything we could between Reece James's crosses and Callum Hudson-Odoi's hold-up play, waiting until players get into the box and sending crosses across. Beautiful from both of them. 7 out of 10 for Callum Hudson-Odoi. And then we get into Ross Barkley, somebody who I didn't expect to start, especially in this position. But you know, at the end of the day, he did really good. He had a really good performance. Ross Barkley is getting a 7 out of 10 as well. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Ross Barkley do it again. I wouldn't mind seeing him line up. I don't see what he did wrong in this game. I think everything that he did on the ball was pretty good. Of course, Ross Barkley has this issue sometimes where he holds onto the ball a little bit too long. But in this game, I don't think he did that an awful amount. He was getting the ball to other players pretty quick. And what he was doing on the ball, floating into the midfield and doing what he was doing it well. Overall, great performance from the entire team. 7 out of 10 for Ross Barkley. And the last player I'm going to give a rating to is Reuben Loftus-Cheek. Reuben Loftus-Cheek is also getting a 7 out of 10. I don't think anybody in this team could get a 6 out of 10 in this game just because of how dominant we were. Reuben Loftus-Cheek came on. Of course, he was trying to do stuff. Wasn't really able to do much because, you know, there wasn't really much for him to do. We were already dominating the game, so him coming into the game just caused us to dominate even more. And overall, good performance from Reuben Loftus-Cheek, 7 out of 10 rating for me. Our bench is super strong. I don't understand what's going to happen after this international break with Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku hopefully coming back. I don't see who on the bench gets dropped. Everybody on the bench really has been playing good. I feel like, unfortunately, it will probably end up being Saul and Malang Sarr because I don't see anybody else that could be dropped from this bench, unfortunately. And I feel worse for Malang Sarr than I do Saul. I think Malang Sarr has more longevity in the team than Saul, that's for sure. But when those two come back, I mean, they're not just going to be reserves. They're not going to be off the subs bench. And with 9 players on the subs bench for the Premier League, 2 of these guys are going to have to drop off. And unfortunately, I think that's the 2 it's going to be. Not to knock the performances that they've had, because I think the worst player on the team this season probably has been Saul. But even Saul hasn't been bad. And then, of course, we have Marcus Alonso coming back, who is injured right now. And Kovac is coming back as well. We have so much squad depth. And I don't know who's going to not make these lineups each week. But, of course, when Mason Mount comes back to fitness, he's probably going to be in the starting lineup. Pulisic getting together. I don't know who is going to be starting these games for us, especially between Rom, Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kai Havertz, Pulisic, and Mason Mount. That's 6 players for those 3 positions up front. And, of course, we can bring them off the subs bench, but we have so much depth in this team. and we're coming up to the January transfer window, where I'm sure we're probably going to buy a player or two as well. I honestly don't know what position we would need a player. Like, people are saying our weakest position in the field is probably defense, but I don't necessarily believe that at all. We have a fantastic defense overall. Midfield, I mean, the only thing, I think midfield is probably that position where if we're going to buy, we could buy, but I don't know if we're going to do that in the winter. I think winter transfer window, I think that would be more something for the summer transfer window when we're trying to bring in Declan Rice or Chouameni, but I don't know. I think our team is playing really well this season. We've only dropped points to Liverpool and Man City, and now, of course, Burnley, unfortunately, but we've dominated so much going into the international break. Of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi is staying at Cobham. He denied going to the under-21s team, which I think he probably should. He's turning 21 tomorrow. He wants to fight for his spot in that senior England squad, and I think he should be in that senior England squad for the World Cup qualifiers that are left, and probably should be heading to Qatar with the team. I'm sure Thomas Tuchel will not mind him staying at Cobham. I think the players that stay at Cobham will be perfect, allow them to do some training. And then everybody else that goes, it'll be good for them as well to get some game time in, get some fitness, especially some of the players that may not have been playing a lot lately. They'll be able to go on this international break, get a little bit more play time, come back and fight for a place in the team. That's been my ratings. I think the best player in the game, again, probably Reece James. Really good performance by Reece James overall. Really good performance by the entire team. I look forward to bringing you another video soon. I'm sure I'm going to try to put out a video, something related to Chelsea, maybe transfer news or something this upcoming week. I know it's going to be an international break, so be some time off. Maybe I'll do some England news or do a video on the England game. Let me know if you want that in the comments section below. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. And until the next video, it's been your boy, TSG, that soccer guy, signing out.
How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack up on my...